All right, we can talk about Stacey Dash. I was trying to avoid that. But man, Stacey Dash. If y'all did not hear what Mrs. Dash said, I'll play it for you from my Facebook page. If you haven't seen it.
We have to make up our minds. Either we want to have segregation or integration. If we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black.
Shut up. Shut up.
All right. So.
Hey, cuz, you can't record me, family. I got warrants, you feel me? I hit a bit. I did.
Oh, that's my next video on Instagram. I was like, what was that? Whew. Hold on one second, guys. All right. So, and one of my friends actually agreed with her. I'm going to read a friend of mine's text, who shall remain nameless, okay? Because he makes some good points. But I'm going to tell you guys, I have a hard time listening to Stacey Dash because she said we don't need BET, and then BET was like, but you was on the game. Okay, but let me read you what my friend says. Okay, I'm going to read you our text conversation verbatim. And this is a person I respect. Stacey Dash, for once, is actually right this time, LOL. Go read my Facebook status. Nope. Actually, I'm going to read the Facebook status. If you can find him, then good luck to you. Here's the thing, and I know this isn't a popular opinion, and I know most of what Stacey Dash said in public is nonsense, but this is not one of those times. Think about it. During the civil rights movement, black people protested and refused to leave establishments that wouldn't serve black people. They didn't just walk away and go, okay, fine, I'll open my own restaurant for just black people. That'll show them. The idea of Black History Month and BET and anything else segregated is exactly what we fought against in the civil rights movement. And somehow everyone has forgotten that. The way things have gone, I wouldn't be surprised if they suggest an official Black Academy Awards and everyone be all excited. Were we excited about the colored water fountains or restrooms? I don't understand how we as people, after all this fighting we did to end segregation, just rolled over and said, let's have our own segregated Black History Month and let's have our own segregated TV channel. How do we get fooled into this? Did the notion that we gave this to ourselves pull the wool over our eyes? Oh, because they don't label it as for colors. We labeled it that way ourselves, so that makes it better, right? Okay, all I hear is blah, 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 blah. He makes some good points, but here's the main problem. My problem with Stacey Dash and my problem with what their status is. Stacey Dash, for the most part, I don't believe Stacey. Okay, there's either two things about Stacey Dash. She either believes what she said and is crazy, or she's just a paid talking head to show that black people agree with what Fox News says. That's what the thing about me. So I just feel like she just says stuff. And she's on BET. Okay, that's my first problem. All right, now here's the problem with, let's just start with the Oscars. People weren't asking for a black Oscars. Nobody was asking for black Oscars. What we were saying was, it's not only black people. Why aren't people of color included in the Oscar process when they're deserved? Now, it's hard to be equally included in the Oscar process if you're not equally included in the casting process. So it's not like there's, say there's 1,000 movie roles right now. Men, women, black, white, leads. Right now, for the Oscars, if there's 1,000 people cast, men and women, 945 of those are either white men or white women. Okay? The next bit of that will be 30 black people, and then like, actually probably 45 black people, no Asians, no white, no Asians, no Mexicans. I mean, when's the last time? I think Selma Hayek is the last Hispanic person to win an Oscar, I want to say. So they got it even worse than us. So black people weren't inherently asking to make a black Oscars. They're asking to be included in the current Oscars. If you're saying it's fair, all we really was asking for was nominate Idris for Beast of No Nation, nominate Ryan Coogler as a director for Creed, nominate somebody in Selma. That's all. We ain't even saying nominate people who were bad. We're just saying if somebody is on par with the Oscars, nominate somebody when they're deserving. Stop nominating 5 white people and not nominating nobody else of color. But the only way to make the Oscars fair across culture, the reason I go hard for Idris is because his acting in Beast of No Nation it's worthy of an Oscar nomination. I'm not going to bat for Will Smith on this. I went to bat for Will. Unfortunately, Will lost to 2 black actors both times he lost. He lost to Denzel one time, and he lost to Denzel on Training Day, and he lost to Forrest Whitaker in Last King of Scotland. But Idris in Beasts of No Nation, he may not be worthy of the Oscar win, but he's worthy of the nomination. That's how I feel. He's worthy of the nomination. So that's the first part. And I hate the notion that, well, y'all should just, what if there's a white entertainment awards? A white entertainment channel? Have you seen NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox? Who is on all those shows? For the most part, what is CBS? It show ain't no black network. It show ain't no Hispanic. It ain't nothing but white people for the most part. So what are you talking about? The whole TV is owned by white people, casting white people. The crew is white people. What are you talking about? The reason BET is even made is because they're not telling our stories our way. No, and you know what else? We never complain about Telemundo or Univision. Nobody ever says, well, y'all got Telemundo. Spanish people be like, let us watch our telenovelas, and we ain't worried about y'all. We want to watch our telenovelas and leave us alone. Y'all can have your awards. Y'all can have your people. They be in Antonio, you don't love me, Antonio. Oh, I love you. They be over watching Telemundo and Univision. They ain't tripping about nothing else. And guess who be banking cash money? Univision and Telemundo. So my problem isn't with creating this stuff, because you ain't gonna tell no story fresh off the boat. The only show that I can think of that Asian people is in good. That's the only one. That's the only one I can really think of since probably Margaret Cho's TV show. Y'all remember Margaret Cho? She had a TV show. Since her, it wasn't no Asian people. Dr. Ken and now too. Okay? So listen, that's my thing with Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash is just a talking head, and the reason you gotta have, here's the problem with BET or TV One. We expect BET to be everything to everybody at the same time. That's the problem with only having one black network. It can't be everything to everybody. We'll accept Love and Hip Hop. Maybe not y'all, but Love and Hip Hop and Basketball Wives makes a lot of money. I don't know who's not watching. Y'all might not be watching, but people do. We won't allow BET to put Love and Hip Hop on, but we'll let VH1 put Love and Hip Hop on and be cool with it. We won't allow, and that's one of the reasons I think BET fails, is because BET was like the premier flagship station for blacks, and it can't be everything to everybody. That's why you can have CBS and NBC and ABC and Fox, and they can have different flavors. And then all the cable networks, so you can have your flavors. It's going to be difficult to please all the black people on one channel. There's only 24 hours. So that's what I think part of the reason. Well, BET can't have Tip Drill and call it Teen Summit. Well, they only got 24 hours. We got somebody who's watching Tip Drill. Somebody ain't always been saved. Tip Drill was on. I wasn't reading the Bible when they was swiping cards through somebody's booty. I wasn't saved at the time. I was clicking on Tip Drill. I was watching Midnight Love. Not proud of it. That's where I was at the time. That's where I was. But people was boycotting BET. You can't have that because of the premium. It can't be everything to everybody. Okay? So, there was a couple people, I mean, they argued on my Instagram. Boy, did they argue. Did they argue? And here's the problem. Let's take OWN. I see a couple of people mention OWN. Papa D mentioned OWN. Here's the problem with OWN. OWN wasn't even cracking because Oprah wasn't on OWN. And the only thing on OWN that really works is Tyler Perry. So OWN as a network hasn't shown itself to work yet. It's pretty much Tyler Perry and Iyanla. They ain't doing no ratings. Tyler Perry could be on TBS. He was on TBS doing ratings. And now he's on OWN doing ratings. That don't really say nothing about OWN except OWN Tyler Perry works. And there's good quality programming on OWN. They don't do none of the ratchet stuff. And you know what else they don't do? Ratings. TV One. Mostly older black people, mostly reruns, mostly no original programming. Revolt. Nothing. We don't even have VH1 Soul. So that's my problem, guys. It's not that black people should have to create something. It's open up the process. Yeah, Jay, you don't do ratchet, you don't do ratings. Open up the process. Tell some stories. Here's what I wish Hollywood would do, okay? Let me go to some movies real quick. Here's my problem. And I talked about this on ADD Periscope. Let me just talk about some movies that came out. Okay? Does The Martian have to be Matt Damon? Is he the only person? Does it have to be a white guy to be Matt Damon? Why does it have to be a white guy? Doesn't have to be a white guy. He got nominated for an Oscar. Could Idris be The Martian? Could Denzel? Could Jeffrey Wright? The Revenant. Do all the people got to be white? Ain't nobody else who could be in The Revenant? Not that I'm saying, put them in, but does it always have to be the white man? That sounds so. Jurassic World. Does it have to be Chris Pratt? Could it be Omari Hardwick? Did y'all see Omari Hardwick in Power? Does it have to be him? They try to make Idris James Bond. Let's switch it up. It's been an old white man forever. Can it be Idris? White people was up in arms. And here's the thing that really bothers me about Hollywood. Okay? White people will be so upset if you make a fictional superhero who they think should be white, black, or anything else. They made Michael B. Jordan the Flash or the Human Torch. People was lit. I mean, just completely upset. However, okay, James Bond, fictional character. Can he be black? No, James Bond is white. Okay, fair enough. Y'all want fictional characters to be white. But let's make a historical movie. Let's make Exodus of Gods and Kings about people in Egypt. Egypt. Well, those surely should be black people or Egyptians or Africans. Oh, no. Let that be Christian Bale and some other white guy. They ain't even Egyptian or black. Well, that doesn't matter. Why y'all want to take fictional people and not let them be any other color than white, but you don't want to take historical people and make them who they are? They let Johnny Depp play Tonto. What did we do to the Native Americans? And we can't even find one Native American actor to play a white man was Tonto, and y'all mad about the Human Torch and James Bond? At least be honest and even. At least be honest and even. If we can't have nobody else, I'm not even speaking for only black people, nobody else can be nobody but white people. Y'all won't even make historical movies where the people were not white. Let's agree that the people in Egypt was not looking like Christian Bale. Oh, let's just put some dark makeup on him and he's Egyptian enough. This is why it rakes my brain. How y'all gonna make a movie about Egypt? But we'll get black people to play the slaves in the movie. Slaves and criminals, you got it, black guy. You got it. But they can't be Moses and Pharaoh? Moses and Pharaoh can't be black? Can't be Egyptian? Can't be Middle Eastern? Boy, I'm not gonna lie, it frustrates me. It absolutely frustrates me. At least be even. If they can't be fictional, let them be historical, man. I'm surprised they let a black guy play Martin Luther the King. Surprised we got Martin Luther. Whew. Whew. So like I was saying, The Gunman, does it have to be Sean Penn? Bridge of Spies, okay, Bridge of Spies has Tom Hanks. Why? It's a historical movie. The guy who it's made after is white. Make him white. I get it. They love to whitewash history. Charlton Heston played Moses. Charlton Heston played Moses. Come on, man. Hunger Games, a book. They got mad at J.K. Rowling because she want Hermione, I don't know much about it, but she let Hermione be somebody other than white, and they was out here mad. That's all I'm saying, man. Let somebody else play the roles more evenly, and then people can get nominated. You can't be nominated, just like Viola Davis said in her Emmy acceptance speech. You got to win. You can't even win if you don't have the role to play. The roles aren't even available to play. You can't get nominated and play. It's like asking somebody to vote a black all-star golf team. It's pretty much just Tiger. We can't fill out a whole team. Well, you guys can't be. You can't. You're not letting nobody else play. Y'all not letting nobody else. Hermine. That's how you pronounce it. Y'all ain't letting nobody else play. Not equally, at least. And that's my problem. I'm not even tripping. Keep James Bond. Keep James Bond white. But don't take Tonto and make him white. And I really wanted to see Idris as James Bond. Burnt. Vacation. Until Hollywood just starts making basic stories with people of color, we gonna be arguing all day, all night. And listen, man, and I talk about this a lot. It's not necessarily racism, but it partly is, but it's more good old boys. People just put their boys in positions. I gotta grab my charger or this is gonna turn off. And the reason this frustrates me so much is because I live and work in this industry. And that's partly the reason that I've just been like, you know what? You got to make your own way. This is why I admire Kevin Hart so much. Because Hollywood wasn't checking for Kevin Hart. Thank you for saying I look slimmer. It helps me go on. Kevin Hart was like, y'all ain't going to put me in nothing? Fine. I'm about to just kill on this road and be so big that you'll be stupid to not put me in something. And we be getting mad at Kevin Hart. He working too much. Listen, man. You know what Kevin Hart doesn't want to happen to him? What happened to Sinbad? Y'all know what happened to Sinbad? They gave him the 10, 15 movies in the 90s. And then they was like, all right, no more Sinbad. Bro, Sinbad had been buying stuff. He had been buying houses and land, and then y'all decided he wasn't going to get no more movies? Nothing? Kevin Hart said, I'm going to work till they don't. Nike, look, we always be like, man, we see Kevin Hart too much, blah, blah, blah. But you know who ain't mad? Me, because I'm a Kevin too. Work for as long as you can work. They can't take away your stand-up. They can't take away laugh out loud. Just keep doing it. That's why I got to make my own stuff. I went on audition with Zay Zay, man. It'd be one ethnic. I get frustrated with the auditions they send me for Zay Zay and Joe. Handsome ethnic looking boy. That'd be the title line. We want you to read for handsome ethnic boy. Handsome ethnic boy? Handsome ethnic boy. Really? Handsome ethnic boy? No. I'm offended. I'm not bringing my son in for handsome ethnic boy. I was just like, let me tell a story. The Family Exchange, perfect example. Movie that has a black lead, a little boy, that if was made in Hollywood, they'd be like, oh, this would be great for a little white boy. Why? Kids of all ages don't clean their room. Why can't it be little handsome ethnic boy? Well, I mean, it's got to be Macaulay Culkin. I love Home Alone. Would Home Alone be any different if the little black boy from Blackish was Kevin instead of Macaulay Culkin? And I love Home Alone. Would it be a different movie? No, it's still universal, especially the kids. Hollywood don't think like that. They feel like you got to be. They be calling movies that just have black people in them black movies. They call Think Like a Man a black movie. Best Man, black movie. They just have black people in them. Best Man Holiday ain't a black movie. Those themes are not relegated to black people. They're just black actors in them. That's not a black movie. Do the Right Thing is a black movie. Think Like a Man, Best Man's Holiday, that could be anyone. Those are just black people. 6 black people movie. No. It's not really. None of those themes are specific to race. None of them. They just happen to have black people in them. It frustrates me, guys. I'm sweating now. Now I have to take a shower. Absolutely. Can't go to bed like this. All right. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Alyssa's still on her conference call, so I got some time. Yeah. Racism is frustrated.
I want to talk about.
Jennifer Lawrence gonna be Sanaa Lathan. That's my thing, man. I don't have no problem. Chris Rock said this, and it's so true. You have, I think I said this on the Periscope, or on ADD's Periscope too. He said in his neighborhood, Chris Rock is one of the most famous black comedians of all time, or at least living. And he had a rich, mansion in New Jersey. And he was like, the guy that lived next to me, he was a dentist. A dentist. It was like Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, and some other rich person, black, and Mary J. Blige. And he was like, you got to be one of the greatest R&B, you got to be one of the greatest black actors, and you got to be me. And then you got a dentist? Hollywood won't be equal until you see bad movies with Asian people, bad black movies, bad movies with Indian people that are not Bollywood, bad movie all over the place. That's when you know it's just we out here being equal. I see plenty of bad movies with white people, all up and through. Very few bad movies with black people. Very few movies, period. You don't have equality until you have people that suck that are in. There's people that are black that suck in the NBA. In order to be good in the NBA and white, you gotta ball. People in the NBA that are black that are terrible. People in the NFL that are black, terrible. You don't see no white running backs that don't ball, though. You don't see no white running backs that don't ball. You white and you're in the NFL, you are out here. So in certain things, we'll be like, cool, no problem. And other things, no. Oh, no. Name a white movie? You gotta be kidding. You gotta be joking if you say name a white movie. I mean, you can't be serious. Can we talk about me stripping while driving? Another time. Another time. Another time. Name a white movie, boy. Let me name a white movie. Name a white movie. You see what they did? Here's the funny thing, okay? People were up in arms that a black guy was in Star Wars, and he ain't even the lead. The black guy was just in Star Wars, and there was a black guy in the original Star Wars, and Darth Vader is a black guy's voice. Like, what is y'all talking about? What is y'all talking about? They thought the black dude who showed up in the trailer was the lead, and they almost lost it. And it's about a white girl. It's about a white girl. Watch the movie first. They ain't mad before just because of the trailer. Watch the movie. It's about a white girl. Yes, Dad, there's a black NHL and a black NASCAR driver, and that's the problem. You can name them. Jerome McGinley is the hockey player, and something Lewis is the NASCAR driver. He's from Formula One. A white movie, The Revenant. White movie, The Big Short. White movie, Mad Max Fury Road. White movie, The Martian. White movie, Joy. White movie, Sicario. Actually, Sicario had Benicio del Toro, but the white girl in the movie is Emily Blunt. But could that not have been Rosario Dawson, Sanaa Lathan, Nia Long? Why Nia Long ain't getting no more calls? She still look young. It got to be Emily Blunt. Let it be this Mexican girl from Fast and the Furious. Why does it have to be Emily Blunt? Spotlight, Sisters, Carol, Daddy's Home. Daddy's Home with Will Ferrell and Marky Mark. Could that not be two other people? Don't even have to be black. Could it be George Lopez and the Spanish guy from Ant-Man? Could it be those two guys as stepdad? Could it be some Mexican kids? Mexican kids got stepdads. Asian kids got stepdads. Mexican people are funny. Asian people are funny. Why it got to be Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg? They just made that movie, a similar movie, when they were both cops. The Last Witch Hunter, Legend, Tom Cray, Reggie Cray. Well, those people are actually white. I'll give you that. Ex Machina, white. Point Break, Steve Jobs, Spectre, The Intern, Ridiculous Six, Burnt, Trainwreck. Trainwreck had LeBron in it. In the Heart of the Sea, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Trumbo, Ant-Man, Hunger Games, 50 Shades of Grey. Well, we got 50 Shades of Black, but the list goes on and on. Avengers, yeah, it's got a black person in it. Pan. I went through 50 movies. You know how I know? Here's what we want to do. A little exercise, if you will. Name me 5 black leads, women, that starred in movies in 2015. Name me 5 black lead actresses that starred in a movie in 2015. Okay? Think about it. Oh, think about it. Come on. Oh, no, come on. Y'all got to think. Sanaa Lathan from The Perfect Guy. There you go. Gabrielle Union, nay unto thee I say nay. She was not a lead. Sanaa Lathan. Lady in the War Room. There's 2. Y'all got nothing? Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, 50 Shades of Black Girl is probably not a lead, but that doesn't come out until 2016. We're talking about 2015. There you go. Ergo is the problem-o. Rihanna in Home, maybe if you count animated movies. That's it. What about supporting actresses? Okay, 2 are in one movie. Tessa Thompson and Felicia Rashad in Creed. Anybody else that you can name? The lead in Chirac, there's another one. Viola Davis in what? Ain't much, is there? Ain't much. And there goes the problem. When black women get nominated, they got a good chance of winning. Monique got nominated. You got to be so good to get nominated. First of all, you even have to have a movie. Trust me, I went through the whole list, and I struggled to get some. Monique, Jennifer Hudson, Whoopi Goldberg, Halle Berry, Viola Davis was nominated. She didn't win. Ain't much. You shouldn't be able to think. I can name almost all the black people that won Oscar. Sidney Poitier, Denzel, Cuba, Morgan Freeman, most of those supporting. Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Hudson. Kovajanay was nominated, didn't win. Halle Berry, Lupita. Oh, and Forrest Whitaker. That's it. Hattie McDaniel, nominated. I don't know if she won. So you see, there's the problem, guys. Sidney Poitier, Popeye's commercial girl. Everybody auntie. That's who that is. Popeye commercial lady. That's her name. Everybody auntie, because everybody got an auntie that looked like the Popeye's girl. Hattie McDaniel won. I think she did. Hattie McDaniel. Hattie McDaniel is a name from Big Mama's house too. And she won for being Mammy. Think they gave it to her for Gone with the Wind. For being a mammy. Surprise! Sole prize. Oh, wow, cool, man. You could be a mammy. Oscar-worthy mamminess. Should Chris Rock boycott? I don't think so. Number one, he got bills and kids. He got to have a divorce. He got to pay his bills. And he probably going to call them out on stuff. Y'all can't make me boycott when I got bills. Nah. Why I got to be the only one boycotting? No. Let me go ahead and cash my check. If this was Kevin Frederick hosting the Oscars, please believe. Taking my check. He gonna give him a piece of the. He already called him the White BET Awards. I got student loans. Let me tell you what I'm not doing. Boycotting this check. That's what I ain't doing. All right, guys. I got to go see A Man About a Mule. I'm tired. I'll talk to y'all in the morning. Good night.